And I'm standing here welding, and I'm just like, it smells like burning. It's actually kind of warm as well. Then I look down, and my freaking trousers were on fire! Oh man. So I am just literally back from Ruster on French shops right now. And I've just come out to the workshop to get myself into a mental state of I must start the Mk10 right now. Because if I don't start right now, it's 100% not going to be ready. I started fitting a twin turbo conversion to this over a year ago. I've also upgraded the front subframe to an XJS subframe, which means it doesn't belong there, it doesn't fit there. I've got a boot full of parts to fit to it. It's got zero cooling system on it right now. It's getting a charge cooling system, it's getting a PDU electronical upgrade. I've got new fans for it. Like, that's just scratching the surface. It needs a monumental amount of work, and I'm gonna try and get it ready in the 2 weeks I have. Well, wish me luck. So I finished the front subframe mounting points for the XJS subframe. The next on the list is the oil return for the turbo. It's going to be a miracle if I get this Mk10 back on the road for Sahara, but honestly I want it so bad. And if not, there is a backup car. This is a pearl. So I've also got to build a full custom exhaust. So here's all the wiring stuff, and all the documentation, all the pins, all these things that you need. Dad is bashing the sump, which got trashed in Sahara 2018, back into shape. Here's the subframe. I had to put these wee tables out because there was no space. Calipers, power steering pipes, suspension bits. Look at all these little bits. Discs, springs, electric water pump, bags of sensors. Oh my god, it's just stressing me out. It's just chaotic to even attempt what I'm trying to do. But of course I'll do it. I don't even know what day it is, I don't know what week it is, I don't know what year it is, I don't know what dimension it is. List of jobs still to do are immense. I'm not even going to list them or think about it, but there's a lot. Had to come off, the turbos had to come off, everything had to come off, the aircon pump had to be changed, the radiator wasn't mounted. But now I've got the exhaust mounted, I've got the aircon pump changed, I've got the right head on the pump, I've got the radiator temporarily in position, I've got one of the turbos is bolted on, the second one I've just got the exhaust housing bolted on. But now that I'm looking at it and it's all bolted on kind of permanently, I'm just like, what a difference and what a feeling. And I've been looking at this going, holy shit. Because when I started this project it was like, hey, this would be really good, twin turbo V12, I've always wanted to do that. But now actually realizing the dream is pretty special, even though there is a million things still to do. Every single part in this car, it's just like you're just gonna extend your brain and stretch it to try and think of a solution to make something work. I'm struggling, but I'm certainly feeling the effects. I'm very tired. I just want it to work. It's Saturday, it's supposed to be running by Sunday. It's not even got a subframe on it yet, amongst a million other jobs. Okay, there's not a million anymore, there's about 500,000. Despite all my incredibly hard work, I mean, I started working on the Mark 10 as soon as I got back from French Alps like 2.5 weeks ago. I worked honestly tirelessly amongst balancing up being in the office and doing all the admin and doing all the emails, all the organisation involved in running Rust to the Sahara, in between ordering all the parts for the Mark 10 and actually coming out to work on the car. And I was giving it some pretty solid days from like the moment I woke up to the point I was falling over and going to sleep. Thank God I live close to the workshop. But despite my best efforts, and honestly I've done some crazy builds over the years, but I think this one I gave it absolute maximum. Rather than working on one part of the car and then finishing that, moving on to the next part, starting all the jobs at once and even just sort of roughly assembling them and then working out what parts I don't have, and that was what enabled me to get so much done. But last night I hit a bit of a roadblock. I needed Emerald, the ECU manufacturers, to reprogram my ECU to run the 2 electronic BMW throttle bodies I'm using. It saves sort of reinventing the wheel, and it means that when I push the accelerator pedal, I'll have an electronic motor opening the throttle to the engine rather than a mechanical wire. So that seemed like the way to go, but unfortunately Emerald never got back to me. They said I did eventually get a hold of them. They said that they couldn't do the reprogram on the ECU. I had to then try and put the old throttle bodies back on, the mechanical ones, and it just caused a whole pile of extra work, which mostly I got through, and then got to the point where it was like, I've just got too many jobs still to do, and realised I'm not going to make it on time. I need to leave tomorrow for Rust to the Sahara for the drive down to Portsmouth, and the rally starts on Friday morning. Today is Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock at night, and I've now decided, after much thought, the Black Pearl is going back to the Sahara again. If I'm taking this back to the Sahara, I need to get air filters on it, and I need to put a sheet of metal underneath it to protect it, because it doesn't have the ground clearance for the off-road sections in the Sahara. But all the road sections up to the Sahara, up to the Rocky Mountains and the desert, I mean, the Pearl is going to be perfect. It's an absolutely phenomenal car. It's a machine, it's a tough car, it's a trooper. It's done all the trips so far this year. And it's actually on a roll now. I'm wondering, should I take it on Yorkshire Dales as well, just have it do all the trips? And fortunately, I only have a few hours to get the car ready. So this is very Marko, very Rust to Rome. Spend 2.5 weeks building a car that you won't take on the trip, and then spend a few hours preparing the car you do take. Very typical. So wish me luck. I'm going to start prep on the Mark 10, but I'd just like to say a massive thanks to my brother, my dad, my mum, and everybody else who helped me get ready. Or get the Mark 10 ready for the Sahara. I know I had my dad running around doing things, my brother was in the workshop most nights keeping me company and holding things and doing things. Mum was bringing me little food parcels every day, so I mean that's really helped me, and I know there's a lot of other people out there who have done various things to help me out, and I appreciate it all. It is rubbish not making a deadline, especially like when I tried so hard, and I swear to God I don't think I could have tried any harder. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on with that, but I hope you enjoyed the video so far, and there'll be more videos coming from the Sahara in the Black Pearl again. To do the things!
To the... One minute, I'm the boat next minute, one minute I'm the photo, next minute I'm the factory cunt.
Just like it's like 2 steps backwards, and it's really demoralizing. Sorry, it's really demoralizing. So cut my finger pretty badly the other day, and I've got the little splint off it now, so I can kind of bend my finger again, which is handy. God, that was quite a speech, wasn't it? Christ, that was f***ing 10 minutes. What am I going to do with that? I should just record a shorter version of that. Also, during this process, my hair has turned into Sideshow Bob. Look at this, I just can't see anything. That's why it's not finished, because I couldn't see what I was doing.